Okay, hello there. Thank you for tuning in and making the right choice to watch the video on your test. So without further ado, make sure you put your name at the top of the paper, which is located in this area here, and the date over here. So let's get right to it here. Let's talk about probability, combinations, all this good stuff. So question number 1 wants to know, what is the probability that the spinner, okay, this spinner over here, is going to stop on a multiple of 9? If you're not sure what a multiple of 9 is, it's a number that if you take the number, for example, let's start with 36, and you divide it by 9, do you get an even number? So for example, and we'll just kind of do this off to the side for a second, 36 divided by 9 equals 4. So 36 would be a multiple of 9, okay? And you're going to check the rest of the numbers all the way around the spinner to see if they're a multiple of 9. Now you can't go below 9 because then you're going to get a decimal number. So 4 and 6 here, yeah, they're probably not going to be a multiple of 9. So just finish checking the rest of these numbers, see if they're a multiple of 9. Then probability, remember, it's going to be, probability is all about the number of total chances. So number of chances over the total. So how many numbers are on that spinner? All right, so that's number 1. Looking at number 2, what are the odds? Odds is a little bit different. What are the odds in favor of stopping on an even number? Okay, so you need to figure out how many even numbers we have. Anything that would end in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or an 8. All right, count those up. Then put that number on top. Okay, so that would be the number on top. Let's shrink down and work over here to the side again. So for odds, it's going to be the number in favor that you're looking for, in this case even numbers, over the number that it's not in favor of. Okay, so basically just the remaining numbers that you have. For example, if I had numbers 1 through 10, and I said, what are the odds that I guess an even or an odd number? If I guess an odd number, well, there's 5 out of 10. Or excuse me, it would be 5 out of the remaining ones would be 5 because there's 5 evens then. So all you got to do is figure out what's left, okay, for odds. That's all you got to do there. On question number 3, what are the odds against stopping on a number greater than 9? So first, look at all the numbers that are greater than 9, quite a few of them. But they want to know what are the odds against stopping on this. So basically, who's not greater than 9? And then put that number over top of the rest. Again, it's all about remaining. Odds, you do not put the total number of spaces in the fraction like we do probability. All right, you put whatever's left. Question number 4, we have a bag of marbles containing 12 red, 13 blue, 7 green, 20 purple, 17 orange, and 11 yellow marbles. Which, in case you're wondering, that would be a total of 70 marbles. Okay. Now, a marble is chosen from the bag at random. What is the probability that the marble is red? Okay, so red marble over the total. The second question, 2 parts here. What are the odds in favor of choosing a red marble? So now remember, odds are different. So you're going to take however many reds you got, okay, and put that over how many remaining marbles are left to choose from. If you took all the reds away from this number, how many are left? Okay, so it's going to be 12 over what for the odds? In question number 5, we are wanting to find the probability. Okay, key word here, probability. So it's number of chances over the total. So number 5, yeah, and by the way, we have like a bunch of cards or whatever. It's labeled 1 through 50. So what's the probability that we get a number less than 15? So put that number over, you said it, 50. So how many numbers are less than 15? In question number 6, what's the probability that a single digit number is chosen? Single digit number. Remember, we're starting with 1. In question number 7, in a certain city, 2 out of every 3 radio stations play country music. What is the probability of finding a non-country music on the next 2 stations you randomly select? Okay, so if it's 2 out of 3 that it is country, well then what's the probability that it's not? Okay, so look at this carefully. In questions 8 through 13, all you're doing is evaluate the expression, which means solve. Okay, just plug these all into your calculator. Okay, and remember to use the PRB button. That'll help you out with, these are factorials, these are permutations, these are combinations. That's 8 through 13. Question 14 and 15, we simply want to know, tell me whether it's a combination or a permutation. Remember, permutations are likelihoods, or what is most important is the order at which something happens. Like this has to come first, second, third, and fourth. What's the chances of that happening? Combination is basically anything, any which way you want to mix it up. For example, you go to a restaurant, they got a whole bunch of side dishes. Well, how many different combinations can I make 3 different side dishes? Okay. So, number 14. To complete an English exam, you must respond to 3 essays from a list of 7. And how many ways can you complete the exam? Okay. So there's 7 total essays. You can pick any 3. How many different ways could you do that? Okay. So ask yourself, does the order really matter here? If the order doesn't matter, then it's combination. If it does, permutation. Now number 15, you download 15 music files on your computer and you plan to save 7 of them to an MP3 player. In how many ways can you arrange 7 songs? Okay, so think about this. Does the order matter? Yes or no? In question 16 and 17, right here, these two, we're dealing with 7 tiles that have the letters A, L, G, E, B, R, A, which spells algebra. I know you're excited about that. Okay, so question 16 wants to say, you choose a tile at random. What's the probability that you choose an L or a vowel? So you're going to have 2 different fractions here. Okay, so an L or a vowel. Okay, and what's the probability there? So with the probability, we want to simply add these 2 fractions together. Okay, and make sure you use your calculator to reduce the fraction. Okay, and then in number 17, we're going to choose again a tile at random, but we're going to put it back. Okay, so we're putting it back, so it means we're still going to have a total of 7 tiles. Then you choose a second one at random. What's the probability you choose a B and then a consonant? A consonant would be L, G, B, or R. They're not vowels. A, E, I, O, U are vowels. Okay, so on this one, it's what's the probability you choose the letter B, and then you're going to put that tile back, and then you try to choose a consonant. So again, you're going to add the two fractions together like we did in number 16. Okay, 18 and 19, we need to find the probability of A or B happening, okay? So all we got to do is use this formula to find the probability of A or B. That equals, let's shift this over just a little bit. That means we got to take the probability of event A plus the probability of event B. Just going to add them together. That'll give you A or B. Okay, gang, here in number 20 and 21, we want to use this formula. A or B equals A plus B minus the probability of A and B, or A plus B. Sorry, that should be an and right there. And, okay, so plug in what you know. For example, number 20, they give you probability of A, so he would go here, plus B, which would go here. So add those two together. Then we're going to subtract A and B, but we don't know that. So that's why he is called X. Okay, and they give you 0.7 as A or B, so put that in here. So basically you're solving for X, which is this part right here. Okay, so that would look something like this. 0.7 equals 0.25 plus 0.6 minus 1x. Solve for x. That'll give you A and B. In number 21, a little different here. We want to know what's the probability of it not being event A happening. So all you got to do, this is real simple. What's left over, if it's a 55% chance of it happening, or 0.55, what's the chances of it not? So just take 1 minus 0.55. And that'll give you the chance of it, the probability of it not happening. In problems 22 and 23, in order to figure out what the probability of A and B are, all we have to do is multiply the probability of A times the probability of B. That's all you got to do for both of these to figure out A and B. Multiply them together. 24. What's the probability of randomly drawing 2 consecutive kings without replacement from a standard deck of 52 cards? So they're not putting the card back. We're going to draw 2 times. We're going to draw once and then again, but we're not putting the card back. So there are 4 suits, a king in every suit, so that means there's 4 kings. So what's the probability that we draw a king the first time? It's what over 52, then times, now we're not putting that card back, so we're less 1 card down here, right? And we're going to pretend that we drew that king, so how many kings are left? Okay, and multiply these 2 fractions together. All right, that'll give you the probability. Remember, put it in, reduce the fraction, and then put it as a decimal. Number 25 is bonus. Okay, it is bonus. Use the probability tree in the tree diagram below to find the event of D. So what is the likelihood that event D would happen? Okay, that is bonus. Give it a shot. Do your best. Thanks for joining me on this test. Good luck.